Red Sox, 26 of 29, Rob. How about some respect?
I respect the winning. I just don't think they could keep it up. It's impossible in baseball. They've done all of this to climb out of a hole. They're in the mix now, whatever. One bad week can send this thing going the other way. They can't keep winning at this clip.
Well, no one can win at this clip. However, they're a playoff team. You said they're not a playoff team when they were down and out. And look, I don't know if I even fought you much on it, but I believe like that rotation alone, which they even traded a guy away from the rotation. They're still strong. They're in the playoffs, Rob. They're making the playoffs.
I'm going to stick with my notion that they do not make the playoffs.
Really? That
they have this incredible run, and over the last 6 weeks, they have some bumps. They come back to earth, and they do not, N-O-T, make the playoffs. And save this tape, BK.
Yeah, well, screw you, Rob Parker. But it is a fair question that we got to bring up, what are your biggest concerns kind of moving forward here in a weekend that we just saw them lose to a minor league ball club, quite frankly, with no home, right? With a homeless A's, as Joe says. And now I do see some panic out here. It's like, relax, okay? This team was so hot for so long. We kind of assumed at some point they'd come back to earth. They did this weekend. It doesn't mean the sky is falling, or does it?
No, it does not. I have no concerns about this team based off of those losses.
Right.
Because this team has gone on now 2 extensive winning streaks. That says everything to me.
Yes.
That they can win games. They have turned this around. The vibe has changed. Those 2 losses say nothing to me about whether or not they're going to make the playoffs, Rob Parker. That's just strange because we knew this was going to happen. You cannot win every game.
Yep.
You just can't. And at some point, you get exhausted. They are human beings, these players. There's also an illness going around the clubhouse. So there's that factor as well. Wilson Contreras probably has a concussion. There's that as well. Or symptoms of one because he got hit in the head, Rob Parker. So if I were to have a concern,
yes,
exhaustion may be one of them because they keep winning all the time. You have to lose a game at some point.
Yeah.
So they just started a new streak. I have no concerns about this team based off of those losses. The only concern I would have, I guess, the offense because of being tired. Not for lack of talent, not for lack of power, because they've shown that they have those. My only concern would be that they're going to get tired because they are winning a lot.
Well, that's where getting healthy at the right time could help you.
Correct.
In terms of fatigue and some of that exhaustion. Joe, look, I don't know. I mean, we talked about this during the win streak. Do you think this is sustainable? Are they peaking too early? When I hear comments like this, and then we pose this question, that comes to mind. It's like, these win streaks were great that Luce brought up. But now, as we get to the finish line, will they have anything left in the gas tank?
So the question if they peaked early or not is still available. Like, it's still there. But just so you guys know, Rob Parker is a Boston hater.
Yes.
He hates Boston. Known hater, by the way. Philly, I forget where from, but he does not like the city of Boston. Never liked the Patriots run.
Yeah,
This is
I didn't know that.
But yeah, then like this is one of those guys when Rob Parker says something, all the Boston fans get worked up. So good job, Rob Parker. He's a pro. He's a pro at it. But
Detroit.
Detroit. Sorry, but he's for a long time. It's probably going back to the Bad Boys days too. But just there are concerns, Lucy. I have some concerns.
Like what, Joe?
Okay, I mean Garrett Whitlock and Chapman give up runs out of the bullpen.
Okay, that is a good point. Chapman has been shaky lately. That is true. Like that would be my concern. Probably.
How about the left fielder?
The one who was playing the other day,
the one
or
who
the
played
ones that
yesterday, who could have saved the game and won the game in left field, but instead took a bad route on the ball. Like Jarren Duran has been a big catalyst of them being, going on this run. He's also a catalyst of who they are, though. Are you this guy who hits 200 or this guy that goes on a hot streak and you're batting over 400 and helps your team win in many different ways? But I think they have a left field issue, and maybe this is why Eli White's in the mix because he can play multiple positions, but I don't want to see him every day. The left field will eventually probably have to be Roman Anthony. I hate to say it. I just hate
but
to
that's
say
not an issue to keep you out of the postseason.
No,
Right.
it's not. Okay, you're right.
Right?
Not an issue to keep you
That's
out
part
of
of
the
this combo,
postseason.
too.
For Rob Parker to say they're not going to make the playoffs
That's what I mean.
is crazy.
It's crazy.
But,
Yes.
yes, Joe.
The bullpen is something to keep an eye on. Did they do enough when it came to pitching?
Right.
The Garrett Crochet thing, do they look at him as maybe a guy that's going to be a starter and somebody push it? Like Jake Bennett could be really good out of the bullpen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just using it as Bayo's been so good. He pitched yesterday, right?
Yep.
Well, again, so they had to use an opener yesterday, guys.
That's right.
They had so much pitching.
That's right.
They had to use an opener. So there are some concerns, but do I think that they're going to battle every night? Here's the deal. If they score over 4 runs, they win. If they score under 4 runs, they lose.
Right. It's simple. You also, well, you said a few things there. I think the never say die mentality is important here because, again, it feels like we're having 2 conversations in one. Rob Parker's comments was this team's not going to make the postseason. It sounds like everyone up here feels like that's BS, and they're going to make it. Point of reference, Red Sox odds to make the playoffs, Fangraphs, 96%.
Wow.
Baseball reference, 99%. So, okay, take that, put in your pipe and smoke it, Rob Parker.
Yeah.
But the other conversation, which I think Joe shifted to, is fair, which is, can this team make a deep run with these concerns we have? That's really what you're talking about, Joe, and I think it's a fair question.
Deep run is probably where I'm at.
Or will these
Playoffs,
issues
go 500.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just go 500.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah, and play better at home, please. We like we got into this earlier in the show that you got to win games at home.
Yes.
Like you can't be 3 games below 500 and be a playoff team. It's just not good. But did this weekend concern me to the point where I don't think they're going to make the playoffs? Absolutely not.
Well, so if we all agree on that, do you? 617-582-CHAT. Can we all agree that if this team misses the postseason, and Rob Parker and his fat mouth is correct,
It's not
that this is, I mean, what are we calling this then? Is this like a choke job?
Yeah,
Okay.
at this point, yes.
Yeah.
After what they did with the streaks they have been on, it would be a massive disappointment to not make the playoffs at all. I mean,
Yeah.
they have built themselves back up from the hole that they dug at the beginning of this season, and they did not come this far just to come this far.
Sure.
So for them not to make the playoffs would be a massive disappointment at this point.
Yep. Beginning of the year, the expectation was going to the World Series.
Yeah,
and
it
now,
was.
And I just saw 10.3% chance is the 4th best in baseball.
Sure.
In on that, it used to be like 3. It used to be like 2. So I'll take that. But I think the Red Sox are who they are.
Okay.
Right. Like meaning speedy teams, gonna bunt, good pitching.
Their identity is there.
There.
Yes.
Okay.
But I think it's the other teams. Like the
Okay.
Rays have that identity too. Are they good enough?
Right.
And are the New York Yankees the New York Yankees? And here we are talking about reinforcements. All they tell you about is their reinforcements. Oh, when Stanton and Judge get back, and this guy gets back, and that. Well, when, right? Because Judge is starting to run.
Yeah.
He hasn't swung yet.
Right.
So someone has to raise the floor.
Yeah.
And I think it's been the Red Sox, to be honest with you.
I also think, too, one thing Joe brings up a lot, and I'm looking at it now, that's why I'm going here. We know the series with Toronto coming up here tonight. That's 4 games in the 6th. Then they go to Pittsburgh. Then they're home against the Diamondbacks, home against the Giants. These are all these teams stink, and they're all these teams I'm naming are falling further and further out of wild card discussions. Another thing, you look at the wild card right now, the Red Sox are in good shape. I mean, they're right behind the Yankees. We know they're on their butts, but they're in that second wild card positioning for now. That's an issue to me. We want to talk about concerns and issues moving forward. We all agree this team should and will make the postseason. But I think that positioning in terms of the wild card is going to matter. If you have to go back to the Bronx and see the Yankees there, I think it ends just how it did last season. And I think this is a better Red Sox team, by the way, with a chance to beat the Yankees. You need that game or that series at Fenway, whatever it looks like. Whoever they play, I think you can get away with maybe going to Chicago to take on the White Sox or Cleveland or any of these other losers. But when it comes to this division, if you need to go to New York, if you need to go to Tampa, even though those fans don't go to the game, I have concerns. I want a playoff game or a series at Fenway. I think that's a concern for me moving forward.
Yeah, so for Rob, it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me that Rob Parker says they're not going to make the playoffs because I said this like a month or two ago or something. 100% chance to make the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs. If they don't, I said this, if they don't get to the World Series, I'll jump into the Charles River. Like, I'll do it. I will do it if they don't make the playoffs. That's how confident I am. Once they get to the playoffs, everything has to go right.
Yes.
I will say that.
Health,
every little thing. So, like stuff that happened yesterday that we saw, that can't happen in the playoffs.
Right.
So I think they know that. They know that too. And any team that makes it to the playoffs can make it to the World Series because everything has to go right. And I think this Red Sox team is talented enough to pull that off this year.
I just think as long as we're doing this show before every Red Sox game, the expectation is they're going to the playoffs.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
Like every day, the expectation should be they're going to the playoffs. So, again, Rob Parker, you get paid a lot of money. I've done this for a real long time. Congratulations. We talked about you on the New England Sports Network, home of the Boston Red Sox. You fired everybody up, but they're going to the playoffs.
Lucy loves Detroit, too. This is a shame.
This is really tough for me, but
it's tough.
I think he's trying to manifest this the other way. Like, they're not going to make the playoffs.
That's exactly what it is. And then
Rob
he
Parker,
wants to be the guy in the end to be like,
told you.
Yep. So
Shock
that you
jock.
just throw that out there and then be like, I was the one that said. No, that's not how this works.
Yeah, well, screw you, Rob Parker.
Yeah.
617-582-CHAT. Call. Let's get in here. What are your concerns moving forward with your baseball team? Do you think they'll make the postseason? A, I'm sure the answer is yes, right? B, what are your concerns once they get there? That's really what the segment turned into because Rob Parker is a moron. Coming up next on Boston Has Entered the Chat. Let's get it off of our chest, shall we? Last call here. Next, right here on Boston's Entered the Chat.